Hi, welcome to another edition of Why Not Go Places, and we're here in the city of Deland. And we're going to take a look at a comic book store that's been here for 40 years, Cliff's Comic Books. So thanks for joining us, and I'm going to give you a look at downtown Deland. Here you have groovy records, great places to eat, escape room. But right now we're going to look at Cliff's Books and comics since 1983, so that's 40 years. Look at all the books he has here for $1. When bookstores have just so much to choose from. CDs. Oh, look at that. Life magazine. Alright, so let's go on in and take a look at Books. Cool, cheap stuff.
Hello?
And there's the man himself, Cliff.
Hi there.
Cool, cheap stuff.
Yep.
I love what you have there. So take a look around the store. Joe's looking at books. Got a lot of classics here. You need 4 Plays by George Bernard Shaw. There you go. And just take a look slowly here. And really, he's got such a good selection here. This is sort of the classics, and everything is so nicely alphabetized, which I appreciate. So it starts there with the A's. Edward Albee, got Charles Dickens. Just something nice about cracking open an old classic. He's got plays, but everything is so nicely organized, which I think is just fantastic. D.H. Lawrence. And this is just one section of the store. And now he's got a lot more classics over here. Look at how many copies of F. Scott Fitzgerald, Tender as the Night, This Side of Paradise. It's a great place to come if you want to pick up any kind of book, but especially old classics that maybe you read in school or never read. I just recently read Dracula for the first time. Wow, what a great book that is. Okay, coming around here. Look at all these books. This is a great section here. This is all just really beautiful paperbacks. A lot of crime fiction. Look at that beautiful copy of a 1949 copy of Tortilla Flat by John Steinbeck, or Memo to a Firing Squad. That looks great. Okay. You see anything you want to pick up? Ooh.
Stephen King's wife.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Yeah, she's supposed to be a great writer, too. Tabitha King. Oh, that's gonna be... Is that a first edition?
Yep.
Oh, wow. He's got a lot of Earl Stanley Gardner, who wrote Perry Mason. Ooh. The Case of the Dubious Bridegroom. Oh, I like this one. Loose Ladies. That looks fantastic. Wow. I could just spend all day here. Every one of these paperbacks has such great covers. Just pieces of artwork. Look at all this. I mean, you pick up any one of them and it just looks like a gem. The Skylark of Space. That looks like a cool science fiction. Alright, we're gonna go talk to Cliff. And this was a movie that Cliff did or was involved with. So let's ask him a few questions. Oh, I love that. The Mummy Creeps. So you've been here for 40 years.
I've been here for 40 years.
That's amazing. That is just, that's just incredible. Since 1983.
June 1st, 1983.
Does it seem like 40 years?
No.
I bet it went fast.
It's amazing, yes. It's gone very fast.
And what made you pick Deland to set up shop?
Well, I moved to Deland in 77 and really liked it here. And then in 83, decided that I was going to go for it. I always wanted to run a bookstore. Went for it. I'm still here.
That's great. And I think the last time we were here, you said that the books really sell more than anything.
Yes.
Which I found like kind of counterintuitive because everyone thinks like, you know, books don't sell or nobody buys paper anymore except for comics. But I would have thought the comics would have been the biggest sellers.
Actually, what pays my rent is the books.
The books.
Yeah. And it is very encouraging. Of course, it goes up and down.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's very, very encouraging that people are still reading. There's a lot of people that just want to hold something in their hand. They don't want to read a pen.
Yeah, I've never gotten into Kindle. I like to sort of feel a book, you know? Crack it open, so to speak. Yeah, and you were saying that like the classics are big sellers.
Because out of the books, the literature is my bestseller out of everything.
That's so great. And I was just saying, I love the way you have them alphabetized so well. Because sometimes you go to a bookstore and everything's sort of like.
Well, I try.
Like
It's, you know, it's a
here and there.
constant battle. There
Yeah.
are certain sections that are always out of control. Like the kids section is just always messed up.
Yeah.
And you know, people go through them and they don't put them back where they should.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
Oh
battle.
God, I hope I don't do that.
I try to keep the lit under control most because I get more questions about that. Then I can walk back there and
Yeah.
look and see.
Yeah.
And then the science fiction used to be under control, and then I sold off a big chunk of it, and then I just threw everything back on the shelf, and that's not. Or it's grouped by author.
By author,
By
yeah.
author.
I love the science, or the, I don't know if you call it Pulp Fiction, that
Pulp
section.
Fiction, yeah.
I love the Pulp Fiction section. I was just saying, like every book I pick up is like a piece of artwork on the cover. It's just so beautiful.
Vintage murder mysteries and stuff like that from the 30s and 40s and 50s.
Those are big sellers.
Not really.
Yeah.
I like them. I collect them myself, so I have an affinity for them.
Yeah.
There's a few people that like you that like them, and they'll come in and
Yeah, I love the
and
Earl
raid the
Stanley
pile.
Gardeners. I think that's what I picked up the last time.
Yeah.
And that book, The Night Air. Oh my God, it was one of the best books I've ever read in my life. I never heard of the author before.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Yeah, yeah, that was great.
I mean, there's tons and tons and tons of stuff out there that nobody is aware of anymore.
Yeah.
Because all that pulp stuff disappeared.
Yeah.
Some of it got reprinted into paperbacks, which are a little more solid, so they survive a little longer. But there's so much new stuff comes out that you don't have time to read the old stuff.
Yeah, I love the old stuff. So tell us about your, I know you talked about it before, tell us about that movie again, The Mummy Creeps. I love that.
Oh.
So that's a movie that you participated in, you acted in, right?
Yes. My friend Bill, who's actually, there's a documentary about him that's up there, Strange Luck.
Oh yeah.
He lives in Longwood. He has published comics since the 60s. Fanzines first, and then he started AC Comics a year before I opened, so like 82.
Oh, okay.
And
So he's been doing comics for a long time.
yes, he's been doing comics for a long time. And he also has done films. He went to Tallahassee for film school way back when. And so I've been involved in some of his superhero movies as an extra and a couple things like that. And
I just love the fact that that's going on in Florida. You always think of like everything
it's
just
going on
happening
everywhere.
in LA or
It goes on everywhere now that people have
cameras.
a camera that you can shoot it on your phone.
Yeah. So that was called The Mummy Creeps.
That's called The Mummy Creeps. It came about because my wife taught theater for 18 years at the high school level.
Oh.
She needed a sarcophagus for a play.
Oh yeah, we're gonna film the sarcophagus in a minute. Yeah.
And she needed a sarcophagus for the play. A man who came to do it. So she looked all over the place and called everybody, nobody had it. And a friend of hers built sets and stuff like that. So he built one for her. Him and his crew built one for her. So she retired, and it cost the school system nothing for the sarcophagus, and she didn't want to leave it there. She knew the kids would tear it up.
Yeah.
So I said, well, let's give it to Bill, and we can shoot a mummy movie. So Bill was all for that.
So the sarcophagus, that your wife making it for a school play and keeping it, that led to making a movie.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
It's like the sarcophagus is what
Well, we gave it to, we didn't have any room for it, so we gave it to Bill.
started it, yeah.
Bill had it in his studio for quite a while, and then he decided he was going to get rid of the studio. This is all happening during COVID. And he goes, well, we got to make this movie before I shut this down. We got to use the sarcophagus.
So you decided to do a mummy movie.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Him and my wife went back and forth, and then they finally came up with something that they were both happy with. And then she cast a bunch of her old students in it, and we shot 3 days at the studio, and then tore it apart and got rid of it. And then shot in my backyard and in my pool for 4 days. It was raining one day. And then Bill put it all together, and we have a movie.
That's so great.
How you doing, Will?
Pretty good.
Hi.
So,
So we can. So anyone that wants to buy the movie can just come here and buy it.
Yep. You can go onto his website too and get it. It's at nightvalemedia.com.
Okay.
But then if you can also, another friend of mine that is in the movie also is a documentary guy, and he made this documentary about Bill, and that's where you can watch it.
Oh yeah, Strange Luck. So this is the one that is a film that won all the
Bill Black
awards.
story.
Yeah.
He's submitted it to a couple different competitions, and I think he's won 8 awards
Wow.
for it. And you can go online and stream it somewhere. Here we
Strange
can
Luck.
pull it down here. I just got the batch. He was just here.
Oh, here you go, Joe. Here's the.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Oh, I love all the pictures on the back. When did you film that, The Mummy Creeps?
In the middle of COVID.
Oh, middle of COVID. Oh, so that's new.
All the actors were bored out of their mind because they couldn't do any theater.
Yeah.
And we kind of put it together and everybody jumped at it. And my wife's in it, I'm in it. One of her old college buddies is in it. A bunch of her students are in it. The gentleman that was covering my store for a while I was dealing with family matters, he plays the mummy.
Oh.
So.
I love the mummy figure. He reminds me of a creature from the Black Lagoon. It's a great looking mummy.
Yeah, just don't look too hard.
Yeah. Don't look too hard at the details.
You can see Jim's tennis shoes sometimes, and you can see Bill tried to, put smoke around that to get rid of that.
Hey, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I've seen old horror movies where the gravestone goes like that when they walk by. It all adds to the
ambiance of
the ambiance. Yeah. Cool. Well, we're gonna walk around some more. Yeah. Thanks for.
The sarcophagus is in the other room.
We're gonna go look at the sarcophagus. Thanks for chatting with us, Cliff. We love your store.
Thank you.
And this is I didn't even know what the word sarcophagus meant, but it's like a mummy tomb from ancient Egypt. So that's the prop that his wife built. Didn't know what to do with it, and then ended up being the feature in his Mummy Creeps movie that he and his friends made during COVID. So here's another look at different parts of the store. This is the children's section, which is also really big. Got Charlotte's Web there. Just all kinds of children's books. Again, very well organized. I mean, I believe a lot of them are organized by author. Oh, you got Winnie the Pooh. Look at that, a 1961 Winnie the Pooh hardback. Isn't that's just great to give a child? It's just so beautiful. A lot of Nancy Drew mysteries over here. Young adult, and then it goes into Harry Potter, Star Wars. And young adult, kind of supernatural. And then goes back into sort of adult sections, military history. Oh gosh, I haven't even talked about the comics. His comic, these are all comics here. It's just like, Joe's more into comics than me, but let me just pick up something, for example, $5 for a Marvel comic there. That looks cool. X-Men. A lot of his comics are only $1. These are older ones here. New batch. I love these old ones. The Prowler. White Zombie. Look at Fantastic Four. Yeah, all these are $1. I mean, you could spend, no, I don't know if all his comics are $1, but he's got a lot that are $1. You could just spend all day here, whether you like books or comics. When I'm here, I see mostly younger people looking at the comics, and then we've got a lot more books here. Let's see, there's Dean Koontz there. Lee Child, so a lot of popular authors, recent authors. And then we come around here. Oh, he also has games too. Look at that. Fire Island, Race to Adventure. A lot more paperback here. These are more kind of bestsellers. James Patterson. As I said, Lee Child. But boy, look at all these comics are $2 here. Oh no, it just looks like it's a lot of bargains here as far as comics. So this is a second room. Really is just amazing. Everything that he fits into these two small stores. Oh, one more look. Oh, I love that. 40th anniversary for Cliff's Books in Deland, Florida. Love it. I mean, I've been to bookstores and comic book stores all over the U.S. and this is just one of my favorites. I think because the guy, the man that runs at Cliff is I don't know, something special about him. Well, thanks for joining us on another episode of Why Not Go at Cliff's Books, 40 years in Deland, Florida. Be seeing ya.